Hello, my name is Adam Trubel, and I'm here to talk about why gambling is good and should remain legal in the United States. So let's get started with gambling. Gambling is like betting on a sports book or, participating in the lottery. The lottery is a smaller version of gambling, but it's still gambling on a larger scale. There's also online gambling and, casino gambling. Gambling is a major part of the United States culture, and I don't see it ever getting banned. And even if it does get banned, it's not going to help the people who are struggling with gambling addiction. It's just going to remove the revenue that the United States gains from gambling. So let's look at the history of banning vices such as gambling. Alcohol, similar to gambling, is something that's addictive and causes people to spiral if they can't control their usage of alcohol/gambling. So prohibition was the banning of alcohol, and although consumption of alcohol fell at the beginning of prohibition, it subsequently increased and became dangerous to consume. Crime increased and became organized, centered around alcohol consumption. So there was no gaps put in place because it was illegal. So people could drink alcohol whenever. There was no limit. There was no age limit. There was no restriction on what could be put in alcohol. And this would be the same for gambling. The gambling age limit would go away because gambling's illegal. So now we have teenagers gambling in illegal sports books. Just because something's illegal isn't going to stop people from doing it. For example, with online gambling. Even though it is illegal for companies to offer real money for internet gambling in the United States, Americans will still bet online. As long as there are sites they can access, they will gamble them away. It's not going to stop people, and by making it illegal, it's just going to criminalize it. Now let's look at the economic benefits of gambling. So let's start with the Lottery Commission. In Texas, there's no state tax, so state infrastructure is hard to come across. So the Texas Lottery Commission, since 1992, the Texas Lottery has generated more than $40 billion in revenue for good causes in the state of Texas, including education, veteran services, and other important state programs. This is essential for states like Texas, and these benefits outweigh the potential problems that come from gambling. People are going to gamble anyways. You might as well have a profit for it. Let's also look at a state like Kentucky. The Kentucky Lottery has contributed over $5 billion to Kentucky education. Lottery proceeds annually fund student financial aid awards, including the merit-based Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship. So students with high scores can go to college even if they can't afford it because people gamble in the lottery. People put money into the lottery, and that money goes straight to college students. Now let's look at casino gambling. In 2011, the commercial casino industry operated in 22 states, directly employed 400,000 people, and there was an additional 475,000 jobs on top of that because of casino gambling. Its total gross output was $114 billion, which was 1% of the United States GDP. Now, the GDP is how much the United States made in the entirety of that fiscal year. And gambling in casinos was 1% of that. That's obviously a major deal, and making that illegal, all that money would go away, and there would be no replacement for it. And now let's look at online gambling. Tax revenue generated by iGambling is substantial and generally produces twice as much as sports betting. In the 6 states where iGambling was legal, it made $970 million in 2021 compared to $560 million across 30 states when it came to sports betting in 2021. Now this is a huge thing where in 6 states we made double the amount that sports betting did on online gambling. It obviously provides a large amount of revenue to the states that do it, and it's important for state infrastructure that they have the money to boost it. Education is important, veteran fairs are important. So in conclusion, gambling cannot go away. Even if you hate gambling, just like how you hate the consumption of alcohol, it can't go away because if you ban it, it's not going to stop people from doing it. It's a necessary evil even if you hate it. And The U.S. is built upon ideas such as doing whatever you want. It's about freedom and liberty. If you take away gambling, you're taking away people's liberty, and they're not going to agree with that, and they're going to gamble anyways. So it might as well help the government rather than hurt the government. My name is Adam Trubel. Thank you for listening to my speech on gambling. These are my works cited, and I hope you have a wonderful day.